Well, hello, Viking fans, and welcome to Week 2 edition of Viking Talk with Coach Josh Morgan. I'm Brandon Davis. Always good to have with us Warren Central head football coach Josh Morgan. Coach, good to see you, man.
You too, Brandon.
What's these trophies? We got some trophies in front of us today. So the first one we'll talk about, and we get into Red Carpet Bowl. That is the Red Carpet Bowl Classic, the 59th edition Classic from this week. We'll get into this other one here, but let's talk about this one, a 27-0 victory over Forest Hill last Friday night. What were your takeaways from the game, Coach?
Well, first of all, we're thankful for the win, and just pleased to play and happy to play, and proud of our guys and the way we play for the most part. And I thought it was a really good team effort. I thought, typical Warren Central game. I thought we played well in all three phases. I thought we took care of the ball offensively, and Trey Hall and TJ Thompson really made some big runs and got them going, and we were able to score early. I thought that helped us a lot, and I thought our special teams was very good and efficient, and I think the defense played very well for 4 quarters, and we were able to shut them out and keep them off the scoreboard. So it was just a complete team effort.
So the Red Carpet Bowl is not your normal ball game. A lot of pageantry to start the game, a lot of pageantry during the game. Yeah. Coach, you played an unknown team. Okay, Forest Hill didn't play last year. You had a little bit of film on them. You didn't have your full roster. We'll talk about that in a second. You're playing on the road at your rival's house. You're dressing underneath the stadium. A lot of obstacles in front of you. So as a coach, you get this win, you get back on the bus. Do you ever just take a big, deep breath and say, I'm glad that one's over?
Absolutely. And everything you mentioned, a lot of people don't understand that, but it's just a lot going on, and a lot of unknowns. And I thought our kids did a really good job and kind of understanding it and being poised. And like you said, it was a long, pregame, and it's kind of getting ready to go and shutting it down and getting ready to go back again. And we had a lot of distractions going on, and our team was able to do what they needed to do and really come together and really be pretty clean for the first football game.
Well, the defense was spot on. I mean, outstanding performance. Jay Mims, Roy Qualls, Leighton Burke. We can talk about a lot of other guys on the team, but what was your assessment of the defensive effort?
We played a lot of guys that kept us fresh, and we knew that they were going to throw the ball. That quarterback they had we thought a lot of him coming into the game, and we wanted to keep him in front of us and not give him that big play and really put pressure on the quarterback and make things hard on him and be really good tacklers. And I think that we did that. And when we had ability to make plays, I thought we did a really good job of that, turning defense into offense. And I really thought our defensive line pressured the quarterback, for 4 quarters, and it helped us being able to rotate fresh guys in and really applying that pressure without having to bring a lot of people. So I was very pleased with them. I thought we got better from the jamboree and our tackling, which is a point of emphasis. So we want to continue to build and grow off that.
Yeah, Jay Mims, Blitz 16 Player of the Week.
Yeah.
Great performance from him. 3 picks. Pick 6.
Right.
I got on him about not having that second one, but that was still a great performance by him.
Yeah, he knew what to do with it.
Right.
When he caught the ball, Jay's been a playmaker for us for really last 2 years, and whether it's a kickoff return or speed sweeps and things of that nature, he knows what to do with the ball in his hands. And I thought our defense did a really good job of turning and immediately flipping the switch and turning it into offense. And we did a great job of walling it up and allowing him opportunity to make a big return. And one of those returns got called back on the clipping, but it was they were really good blocks, and I was very proud of that, and we talk about it a lot. And so I was proud to see that come to light, and Jay did a wonderful job of making big plays.
Yeah, we're happy for him. He had a broke foot last year, so to be able to come back this year and to start the season off that way, that's a big deal for him. So glad to see that. Offensively, Coach, 210 yards on the 210 total yards. Statistically speaking, maybe not that impressive, but we did have good output from Trey Hall, and you talked about TJ Thompson. Usually you see the biggest improvement from your offense from week 1 to week 2. So what are you expecting to see this week?
Growth. Growth. I feel like we challenged our guys to be efficient in what we can control. We knew we literally had an entire new starting offensive line out there. So we knew that it was going to be some tough sledding. We knew our backs were going to have to get tough yardage, and when they had an opportunity, they were going to have to make something happen. I thought our coaching staff was very patient. We didn't force anything, and I think we had one fumble, one turnover. We were very clean in and out of the huddle with tempo, no delay of games, no pre-snap penalties and things of that nature. And we just wanted to be clean, and we wanted to weather that storm and that position that we were in. And I thought we executed that to a T. And from a coach, knowing how to win and what it takes to win, we were very close to the vest on some things. And but again, the situation that we were in, we had to put our all-state tackle at center. Never played it before. Robert McBride's got one half of playing time from a jamboree last week, and so other than that, it was a bunch of new faces, and we really didn't know what to expect there, and had a plan B ready and plan C ready, and so I thought our guys executed that, and we want to get better. Of course, we're going to have to get better, but as far as the hand that we were dealt, I thought we did a good job.
Well, this is Viking Talk. We're visiting with Coach Josh Morgan. The trophy in front of us is what we're playing for this week, the River City Classic Trophy. Coach, there's some dust on it because it's been here for about 9 straight years. Going for that 10th straight win against Vicksburg, crosstown rival. What should we expect from the Gators?
Well, they're gonna be a more experienced football team. They've got a lot coming back. They're going to be fast and athletic. Defensively they're very quick, like to run the ball. They like to bring pressure and very aggressive. And offensively, they have a young stable of backs who are very dangerous in open field, very good runners. And I think both sides of the ball, their O-line and D-line are better and more physical and looks a year older. Looks and being more explosive off the ball up front on both sides of the ball. So. They have our full respect and they have our full attention, and we've got to be able to match that intensity and hopefully put our stamp on the game.
From a bigger program, I would argue they probably start more sophomores than anybody in the state. A great crew of young talent over at Vicksburg.
Yeah, they've been very high on that class, really for the last 2 or 3 years, and rightfully so. It's a special class. There's no doubt about that. And they've done a good job with them, and they're a very solid class, and they think a lot of them, and they're getting some valuable reps early on, and that's going to do nothing but help them in the long run.
Now, I love the wing tee offense. It's old school, it's smash mouth, there's a lot of eye candy, but it can be effective. That's what we're going to see this week against Vicksburg. We've seen it in the past, Germantown, Clinton, and we've done well against it. But discuss the type of challenges that it throws to you and your defense.
Well, it's first of all, you've got to win up front because consistently win up front. There's not a lot of things that you can do from a defensive coordinator standpoint as far as blitzing and trying to help with that aspect. You got to be sound in what you're doing, and you got to be disciplined, and everybody has to do their job, or you're going to be out of line. Out of alignment, and they're going to make you pay for it. Mm-hmm. It's the old power sweep, the buck sweep, it's the belly play, it's the trap, it's the speed sweep. It's all this coming at you, and then the quarterback's always a threat out of any of that action. So we have to, when I was growing up, we used to practice defending it without a ball, and it just makes everybody do their job and be sound in all aspects of the game. So we're going to have to do our jobs. We're going to have to trust the guy beside us, and we're going to have to be very good at tackling and pursuing the football because we're going to mess up, and we've got to be able to fix that with our pursuit.
Well, you talk about that. That's a great point. You don't have the time to teach this to the scout team offensive line, the blocking or anything. So this basically you're getting back to this is basic fundamental football, gap assignment, see the ball, make the tackle.
Yeah, we've tried to emulate it the best we can, yeah. But there's the speed of it, and it's not going to be the same. We're short, we missed Monday from a hurricane and not being able to go to school. So, it's been a challenge. It's it's something that you just don't see very often anymore. It's hard to simulate that in practice. But again, we feel good about our plan, and we just have to lean on our coaching and responsibility and being accountable.
Well, last week against Germantown, that Vicksburg defense, they're young, they're fast, they were very aggressive against the Mavericks. Kind of lost some steam in the second quarter, but it was a 14-14 ball game in the second half. What do we need to do offensively to be successful against them?
Well, like I said earlier, they like to blitz. They like to bring pressure. They like to disrupt, and we've got to see that. We've got to be able to not allow any run-throughs. We pull our guards quite often, and again, it goes back to doing your job and being sound at it. If we can get through that initial layer, we feel good about our chances. So we need to pick up what they're doing defensively. We need to get that initial crease, and we feel like Trey and Debo and TJ can make some big things happen if we can get to that second level.
Well, you get a boost back this week. You get Colt Lee back. Colt Lee, if you looked him up in the dictionary, he's your old school, nasty offensive lineman, just a hard-nosed kid that plays football, farm kid. So what type of an impact? Well, first off, I know you're happy to get him back. And what type of impact are you expecting from him this week?
Well, when those guys like that are missing, it leaves a void because they mean so much to our team. It's not just about the production on the field, but the attitude that comes with a guy like Colt. And we missed our guys. We've become a really good unit. I felt like we had a great half of football against North Pike, and we really finna make a big jump. And then we ran into having to quarantine some guys last week, and so we were really excited coming out of the Jamboree, and then we had to adapt and realign some things. And but when you get those guys back, they realized sometimes it's a blessing. They realize how important this game is to them, this team is to them. We realize how important they are to this team. Not that we didn't already, but it just re-emphasizes like, man, I love it here, and I love what I'm doing, and man, we appreciate you and all you do. So it's kind of it really makes you look at things in a great perspective that cherish your days and don't take anything for granted, because if there's one thing that all this has taught us and taught me, very personally speaking, is that just don't take anything for granted. Enjoy every day. We can't, as men and as grown-ups, we try to dictate everything, and a lot of times we have to trust the Lord and go with it, and just make the best of it. And we want to try to control everything, and that's been a big teaching point for all of us. But we're excited to have those guys back.
KJ Miller, starting center, he's expected to be back at practice yesterday. Coming off illness and coming off, being out that long, do you expect him to be 100% and go the entire game?
Oh, we're not expecting him to be able to do that. We're hoping that he can, but again, we have a plan B and a plan C, and those things are sometimes you don't know until you get in there, but we have a plan for it. And it's try to catch him up as soon as we can.
Well, you have played, you have coached in this game. This is the crosstown rival, Drummond Street, Kelly Green, Gators, whatever we want to throw out there. To you, is this the most important game of the year?
Yes, it is. It is, because it's the next one. But it also is because, it's hard to go on and do things. Everybody has goals, and it's important for us, and I'm sure it's important for them. We want to be the big dog in our community. We want to win our community. We want to win, and control and be the dominant team in our area. And I think that's the same with them. It goes back to bragging rights, and so it's awfully important. It carries a lot of weight. It's not only about this year, but it's a lot of friends and a lot of families. But you're either red or green, and it's just the way it is. And it's been a fun game to be a part of over the years. A lot of great games. Football is extremely important in this community. And you got guys that are very passionate about it, and so it's an exciting game, and we're blessed to have it and be able to play it.
We're talking about this last night. The last time we lost to Vicksburg, I believe Gage Quimby, who is on your coaching staff now, was one of your former players. I believe he was a freshman. So it's been a while since we've lost that game against Vicksburg.
It's been a while. We've been fortunate, but that's again, that's part of the message that goes to this team. That don't mean anything for you guys this year. Everybody has to earn that for that 365 days. You can't piggyback off on somebody else and what they've done. You have to control what you can control, and there's a job at hand, and there's a task to be done, and we don't sit around and pat ourselves on the back by that. That's water under the bridge. This is a new game, a new year, and these guys have got to go represent our community and our school the best way that they can.
You talked about the community, red or green. We go to church together.
Yeah.
We go to school together. I mean, some of these players that have played together, past.
Yeah.
We shop in the same grocery stores.
Right.
We see each other. Talk about the emotions of that then, Coach. I mean, you as a coaching staff, how difficult and a challenge is it to keep the emotions intact with the team?
Well, again, it's football. At the end of the day, our job is the football game, and that's where our focus needs to be on. All that other stuff, that's for other people, and that's for our job is to play the game. The ways to win football will not change. Our philosophy won't change, so we need to keep it just that simple. We need to understand that and keep it simple and play great winning football and have your head down and go to work, play one play at a time, and let everything else fall where it may. But my biggest thing and my biggest point of emphasis is like you mentioned, we can't look at what's happened the last 9 years or overall series part of the game. This is a year by year deal, and we have to understand it, and it's going to carry a weight, and the result of it will last forever. And our coaching staff, the majority of our coaching staff has played in this game. We understand it. I'm sure that we all can recall the games that we had and the score of it. It just stays with you. It's just that important. So it's truly keep things in perspective, control what we can control. But the biggest thing here that I've learned from playing in it and being a part of it is having great poise. Because the game is going to have so many roller coasters and highs and lows, and us as a team and the staff have to be level-headed and constant and steady, and being able to handle that initial storm that comes from the game, because it is super intense and it's an atmosphere. There ain't much. It's very unique as far as the atmosphere and the tenseness in the beginning and that opening kickoff. I mean, it's just like electricity. So it's you got to be able to handle that and keep that thing and that emotion. You got to keep it in check.
Well, Hurricane Ida hit us this week, and on behalf of me and the program, our hearts and thoughts and prayers are to everyone in South Louisiana, South Mississippi that was impacted by this. But it caused school to be closed up here on Monday. You missed a day of practice. How were you able to make that up? Well,
we were, like you said, so much destruction there, and very, very sad about that. And we were fortunate and thankful for that. And but we were totally everybody was shut down on that Monday, and we basically combined our Tuesday. We combined it, and we tried to really kind of mesh those two together, but also had to get them out of here in a timely manner. So that's what we did. We kind of trimmed some things back and meat and potato type practice, but I still feel like we were able to get our work in and do what was necessary to prepare our guys.
Well, how did our guys respond to the teaching this week?
Well, it's always good to come back after a win, and it's so much easier. Everybody's growing at this point in time, and it's so much easier to come to work and correct things after a win, and it's very important so that helps. And anxious to get back, and they're excited about playing Vicksburg, and so it's one of those deals where you don't have to say a lot. The guys know what week it is and how important it is and what's at stake. So it did take very much to get them going.
Our punter Riley Lampkin, he took a couple of late hits last week and hobbled off the field. Is he 100% this week, Coach?
Yes, he's 100%. Him and Brandon are very good athletes. We've worked them at receiver and DB some, so that kind
They've
of
taken the hits before.
They're not. It's not totally rare to them, and very multi-sports athletes, and so he's tough, and he'll be all right.
It was a tough night to be the punter there a couple of times, Coach. But all right, Coach, what's going to be the key to beating Vicksburg this week?
Well, I think poise is so crucial in this game. I think, I feel like we have an older team and a more experienced team, and we want to use that to benefit us and play to that, and being able to, keep that stone face and just locked in, don't get too high, don't get too low, just handle the mental aspect the correct way. We're going to have to be able to make some plays in the passing game. I feel like that they're going to stack the box pretty good, and we've got to be able to get them off of us with that, and we need I feel really good about our skill players, and we're going to have to trust them and give them opportunity to make some plays down the field. And I think defensively we're going to have a very strong effort, and I feel like our special teams needs to be a strength and should be a strength. So again, good old Viking football. Heart's got to be in it, and we've got to do this together and rally the troops and really stick to what we are as a program and lean on that and be at our very, very best.
Well, Coach, good luck to you. I'm excited about this one. Always look forward to this game. I think probably one of the most underrated rivals in the state. A lot of people forget about it, but this is certainly a great game, and I'm excited about it. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you.
Well, that's going to do it for this edition of the show. But before we go, this Friday night across town at Memorial Stadium, 7 o'clock kickoff against the Vicksburg Gators. If you're going to be there in person, we certainly want you there and encourage you to get there early. There is construction going on at Vicksburg High. There is not a lot of parking, so we do encourage you to get there early. But we're fortunate for your support, and we thank you for all that you do. We will see you, if not Friday night, we will see you next week. We will be hosting the Germantown Mavericks, our home opener. Very excited about that. Kickoff's going to be 7 o'clock. For Josh Morgan, I'm Brandon Davis. We'll see you next week. Until then, rise up, Vikings.